Hi. So we've been talking a lot about winter and occasions, and a lot of our culture is such that in occasions we get gifts. So Malini and I thought that today we'll talk about the gifts that we received and have been memorable, and maybe something can come out of it that people may find interesting.
Yeah, I mean, especially as you, at our age, we've had many occasions, and at some point when you are younger, there is a difference in both the gifts you get and the gifts you give that you get excited about. As you get older, it kind of changes, and actually, people ask you often, oh, it's Christmas, what do you want? And at our age, most of the time we say, oh, we
Nothing.
don't really need anything. Um, we are happy with people coming to visit us, things like that. But I kind of was thinking about, oh, over the years, there have been certain gifts that hold memories. And, let me give you an example. Chanel 5 is still my favorite
Oh, mine
perfume.
too.
Okay, there have been other things I've tried, Hermes this and Baccarat and Tom Ford and some different things we try, but I always come back to this. And it made me think of the first time I ever received Chanel 5 as a gift. And I know for the person who gave it, it probably didn't mean as much, but to me, it was an experience I never forgot. And this was when I was 16 years old. I was in India, and my uncle, one of my favorite uncles, my mother's youngest sister's husband, had come to India for a conference. And he was coming to take me out for dinner. And I am pretty sure that when he was on the plane, he was like, oh, what should I get her? And he just, you could get perfume. So he had got me this small Chanel 5 perfume. And I will tell you that for a 16-year-old girl who's probably never had any perfume or maybe some, this was like being given the most amazing, luxurious gift. And from that time, Chanel 5 has been my favorite. And now, we're talking about 55, I don't know how many years, 60 years? Oh, more, longer than that, 60 years. Um, and it's still, every time I use it, I
So,
get that memory.
so I'll tell you something interesting about Chanel 5 that you probably didn't know this, but this is one of my favorite too. And I know when I received it, it's a little bit more romantic. I received it on my wedding night
Oh,
from Avinash. And he knew what it was, but I didn't. I didn't even know it is a luxurious brand and it is top of the line brand and all of that. I just loved the smell. And that Chanel 5 is always, and for many years, I didn't even have anything else but 5. Now I've used other things from time to time, but that's part of it. The memory is, but for me, it's not just the gift, it is also, I love the perfume very much.
no, I do love the perfume very much too, because otherwise I'm not just using it, but
Yeah.
it adds to it, right?
Yes.
Because there are perfumes we've used which are far more expensive, but it just doesn't. Sometimes it's also how something smells on you.
Yes.
It becomes like your signature smell, and it changes. People, even at work. Once I went into a room, and then somebody called, said, "Oh, you must have been there, because we could smell you even when you were not there." It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So for me, the gifts, those gifts that are memorable, and I have to think about individual ones, but often they have to have meaning. The person giving me should think of me and give it to me. Even if that's not something that I would like it, I really, really find it very appreciative. Other is if they know me and give it to things that I like.
Yes.
And I do like things. I do like experiences. But for me, the memorable gift is one that the gift giver has given to me, either from their heart or from my heart.
And it's a very important point. Sometimes we want to give a gift that, oh, we like. But I think it's very important to think of the personality of the person and what would they like. And sometimes what they like may not be exactly what you like, but it means something for them. There are also other gifts which I feel, you know, cards that people have written something in it. I really tend to love those. Letters, my husband happens to write beautiful letters, and sometimes that's all I want. My children write letters, and actually, and I save these. These are not things that go, they are there and you can read them. They're very heartfelt. I love photo books. And last year, my daughter put together 7 years of all the children. I know it took her 3 months to do it, but it's a very treasured gift because it's a gift of memories. And I know that it's not a gift that it was easier to go and like buy something, but she knew that I'd really wanted that and the effort that you put into that. And so, like you said, it really does. And there are people who really love expensive material gifts. Okay? Purses, watches,
I'm one of those.
pens. Now, that doesn't mean, it makes it a little bit easier. Because if somebody likes an expensive purse, well, you can go.
But see, it's also an interesting thing for me. Yes, I like expensive gifts, but I don't want people to spend money on me that they have to stretch.
Yes.
I do not like, it bothers me actually. I cannot enjoy the gift. Now, you give me a Chanel, I'll take it because I know you can afford it.
Yeah, but see, that's not the point. You enjoy my keto cake, which I made for your birthday because I know nobody else would have made it for you. Yeah. And I made it specifically for you because I know it's something that you enjoy.
That's very personal. But what I'm saying is, but if somebody from India who loves me and who are not middle class saves money to buy me a Chanel bag, I would be very upset about that part, that they have to spend extra. So I don't care about expensive gifts.
Yeah.
I like fine things, but it doesn't mean that my gifts have to be expensive.
That's right.
It means a lot to me that you would give me that cake that I like rather than a purse that I could have bought myself.
And that's an interesting thing. At this age, we can buy, we don't have to wait for somebody to give us that gift. So it's almost like you want to give something that person really can't give themselves.
Yes.
Okay? And some of those are experiences. And I've often said, we have too many things in our house. Okay? Like both my son and my daughter, they gave us actually tickets to shows, but they researched it. And they put the work into finding shows, which I would not have, and actually booking those tickets. And it made such a great gift because it's something that I would not even have known about.
So it's like my daughter-in-law once took us, they went with us because their time is precious and that I love, to escape rooms together as family because she knows I love mysteries. And as a family, we are wonderful in solving mysteries. So those kind of experiences that she creates for us, I just adore.
Yes.
That.
And it's like, something you do as a family. Actually, we did do an escape room for Sangeeta's birthday, which was so much fun. Or if you're giving a gift for an anniversary or giving for a Christmas for a couple, it is a nice thing you could give a gift card to a restaurant, but it's not the same. I think actually putting effort into finding a show that somebody who doesn't know shows that much and finding, like, say, the symphony, but
you have to give, it's tricky in a sense. I think experiences you have to do in two categories. One, you give the experiences people like, but sometimes you want to give them the experiences that they have never they would not do it on their own.
Yes.
But because you have given it, they went and they may enjoy it.
Yes, like a couple of years ago, Sangeeta had this scavenger hunt. I never even heard of it, and we did it as a family, and it was amazing. And it's nice when it for kids. And then Vikram had one where we had taken the girls to magic parlor.
Yeah. I think we're going off the topic because remember, we are going to talk about multi-generational activities. So
That
we
is
can
true.
talk about that at that time. But coming back to memorable gifts, the 2 cents worth is that a gift can be memorable if they mean either a lot to the giver or to the receiver.
True,
Both.
that is true, but I really do think for a gift to be memorable, you do have to take the personality of the receiver.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes, especially when you have a more expensive gift, people think, oh, that gift is special in itself, but you really have to look at whom you're giving that gift to.
You're right, and I'll tell you that we're talking about. And this perfume, I will not tell you the name of, but somebody gave me a perfume which is way more expensive than Chanel, and very nice because I like perfume. I did not like that, and I actually gave it to somebody else, regifted.
Yeah.
So okay, I think we've talked enough. So until next time, is bye bye.